The Dralaxians were a species renowned for their structured, task-oriented lives. Their culture revolved around efficiency and productivity, with every moment meticulously planned and accounted for. Leisure, as humans understood it, was an alien concept to them. Entertainment existed only as brief, functional interludes designed to educate or inform. When the Dralaxians made contact with Earth, they were intrigued by humanity's diverse cultural practices. One behavior, however, left them utterly baffled: binge-watching. The idea that humans would devote hours, sometimes entire days, to consuming serialized entertainment was incomprehensible to a species that valued every second of their existence. Among the human delegation was a media consultant named Mia Parker, tasked with introducing Earth's cultural staples to the Dralaxians. She arrived on their capital station, Nexus Prime, armed with a collection of human films and television series, hoping to foster understanding through storytelling. During an initial meeting with Overseer Jorvok, the Dralaxian leader, Mia attempted to explain the appeal of binge-watching. "It's about immersion," she said. "We get lost in the story, connect with the characters, and experience emotions that bring us closer together." Jorvok's multifaceted eyes blinked in confusion. "How does this immersion serve your species? Does it enhance your productivity or ensure your survival?" "Not directly," Mia admitted, "but it enriches our lives. Stories help us understand ourselves and each other. They can inspire, comfort, and even teach us how to face challenges." Jorvok remained skeptical but agreed to let Mia showcase her collection at a cultural exchange event. Among the selected series was a classic human sci-fi show called Infinite Horizons, known for its compelling narratives and themes of resilience and unity. Despite initial reluctance, a small group of Dralaxians attended the screening. To Mia's surprise, the Dralaxians were captivated by the show. The first episode, which depicted a multi-species crew overcoming their differences to survive on an alien world, resonated with them in unexpected ways. By the end of the evening, the attendees were asking to watch the next episode. What Mia didn't realize was that the Dralaxians' analytical minds were processing the series on multiple levels. They dissected every detail, from the characters' motivations to the technological plausibility of the plot. What began as curiosity quickly turned into fascination. Over the following weeks, interest in Infinite Horizons spread across Nexus Prime. Dralaxians, who had never indulged in serialized entertainment, began scheduling regular viewing sessions. They analyzed episodes in discussion groups, drawing parallels between the show's themes and their own societal challenges. The turning point came during a planetary crisis on Dralaxia 3, a colony struggling with a severe ecological imbalance. The colony's fragile ecosystem was on the verge of collapse, threatening the survival of its inhabitants. Traditional methods had failed, and the situation seemed hopeless. In an emergency council meeting, a junior scientist named Vetra proposed an unorthodox solution inspired by Infinite Horizons. In one episode, the crew had resolved a similar crisis by integrating alien flora into their environment to restore balance. Vetra suggested adapting the concept using Dralaxian technology and Earth's botanical expertise. The proposal was met with skepticism, but Vetra's passion and detailed analysis convinced the council to approve a pilot program. Mia, eager to help, facilitated communication between Dralaxian scientists and Earth's leading ecologists. Together, they developed a plan to introduce genetically modified plant species capable of stabilizing the colony's ecosystem. The project, dubbed Operation Renewal, faced numerous challenges, from logistical hurdles to unpredictable environmental conditions. But as the team worked tirelessly, they found inspiration in the episodes of Infinite Horizons, drawing strength from its messages of perseverance and ingenuity. Months later, the results exceeded expectations. The modified plants thrived, revitalizing the ecosystem and ensuring the survival of Dralaxia 3's inhabitants. The success of Operation Renewal was celebrated across the galaxy, hailed as a testament to the power of collaboration and creativity. Back on Nexus Prime, the popularity of Infinite Horizons continued to grow. The series became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring everything from art and literature to scientific research. Dralaxians, once dismissive of leisure, began to embrace storytelling as a tool for exploration and connection. For Mia, the experience was transformative. What had started as a simple cultural exchange had turned into a profound journey of understanding. "Stories have the power to change us," she said in an interview. "They remind us that no matter how different we seem, we're all connected by the challenges we face and the dreams we share." As the years passed, the legacy of Infinite Horizons endured. It became a bridge between Earth and Dralaxia, a symbol of the unexpected ways in which cultures could inspire and learn from one another. And for the Dralaxians, it was a reminder that sometimes the greatest solutions could be found found in the most unlikely places. Under the vast expanse of the cosmos, where countless stories unfolded, the tale of binge-watching and the series that saved a species lived on, a testament to the power of imagination, resilience, and the bonds that unite us all. As the Dralaxians delved deeper into infinite horizons, their understanding of storytelling began to evolve. Discussion groups turned into creative workshops, where Dralaxians experimented with writing their own narratives, inspired by the series. For a species that had long dismissed the value of fiction, this shift marked a cultural revolution. One of the most surprising developments came from Overseer Jorvok. Initially skeptical of binge-watching, Jorvok found themselves drawn to the series' depiction of leadership and unity. Infinite Horizons challenged their preconceived notions, offering insights into empathy and adaptability that resonated with their role as a leader. During a pivotal moment in the series, when the crew faced a moral dilemma that required collective sacrifice, Jorvok began to question their own leadership style. They convened a council meeting to discuss how Dralaxian governance could incorporate the lessons of collaboration and mutual support depicted in the show. At the same time, Mia was navigating her own challenges. Her efforts to introduce human culture to the Dralaxians had drawn attention from other species within the Interstellar Coalition. Representatives from the Gorinth and Valari worlds invited her to share Earth's media, hoping to foster similar connections. While honored, Mia worried about overextending herself and the potential for cultural misunderstandings. Seeking advice, Mia turned to Vetra, the junior scientist whose proposal had saved Dralaxia 3. The two bonded over their shared admiration for infinite horizons and their desire to bridge cultural divides. Vetra encouraged Mia to embrace the challenge, reminding her of the series' central theme, that growth comes from stepping into the unknown. Emboldened, Mia began curating a collection of media that reflected humanity's diversity and resilience. Her selections included not only sci-fi classics but also comedies, dramas, and documentaries that showcased the full spectrum of human experience. As these works reached new audiences, they sparked conversations about shared values and universal struggles. Meanwhile, Dralaxian scientists continued to draw inspiration from the series. One research team, led by Vetra, embarked on a project to develop adaptive technology inspired by the crew's inventive problem solving. Their creations included modular tools that could transform to meet different needs and a communication device capable of translating emotions into visual patterns. These innovations, while groundbreaking, faced resistance from traditionalists who feared that the growing influence of human culture threatened Dralaxian identity. A faction known as the Preservers launched a campaign to limit cultural exchanges, arguing that Dralaxians were losing sight of their values. The conflict came to a head during a public debate, where Jorvok and Vetra defended the benefits of collaboration and creativity. "Change does not erase who we are," Jorvok declared. "It enriches us. By embracing new ideas, we gain the tools to address challenges we could not face alone." Their words, combined with the tangible successes of initiatives like Operation Renewal, swayed public opinion. The Preservers' influence waned as more Dralaxians came to see the value of storytelling and cross-cultural exchange. As the cultural movement gained momentum, Mia and Vetra decided to collaborate on a new project, the Interstellar Storytelling Initiative. This program aimed to collect and share narratives from civilizations across the galaxy, creating a shared archive of experiences and lessons. The initiative, hosted at Horizon Base, attracted participants from countless worlds, each contributing their unique perspectives. For Mia, the initiative was a culmination of her journey, a way to honor the power of stories to unite and inspire. For Vetra, it was an opportunity to continue exploring the potential of creativity to drive innovation and connection. Under the light of distant stars, where stories intertwined and possibilities unfolded, the legacy of Infinite Horizons endured, a reminder that even the simplest tales could spark profound change. For the Dralaxians, it was a testament to the power of imagination to illuminate new paths and the courage to follow them. As the Interstellar Storytelling Initiative gained traction, it became a beacon of unity in the galaxy. Civilizations that had once been isolated began to see their struggles and triumphs reflected in the stories of others. Narratives of resilience, love, and discovery became a shared language, bridging gaps that diplomacy alone could not. On Nexus Prime, the Dralaxians hosted the first Galactic Story Summit, an event that brought together creators, historians, and scientists from across the stars. The summit featured workshops, performances, and discussions that explored the transformative power of storytelling. Mia and Vetra co-chaired the event, their partnership a symbol of the initiative's success. One of the summit's highlights was a reenactment of the pivotal Infinite Horizons episode that had inspired Operation Renewal. Performed by a mixed-species cast, the play incorporated elements from each participating civilization, creating a tapestry of cultures united by a common narrative. The audience, moved by the performance, gave a standing ovation that echoed through the station. Back on Dralaxia 3, the success of Operation Renewal continued to ripple outward. The colony's revitalized ecosystem became a model for sustainable development, attracting researchers and students from across the galaxy. Vetra, now a celebrated scientist, spearheaded additional projects that combined Dralaxian ingenuity with insights gained from Earth's media. One such project was the Harmony Array, a network of satellites designed to monitor and stabilize fragile ecosystems. The array, inspired by a storyline from Infinite Horizons, used adaptive technology to respond to environmental changes in real time. Its deployment marked a new era of ecological stewardship, earning accolades from interstellar environmental organizations. Meanwhile, Mia's work with the Storytelling Initiative took her to new worlds, where she encountered cultures with rich traditions of oral history and artistic expression. On the lush planet of Velenth, she discovered a tribe that used dance and song to convey complex narratives. On the crystalline moons of Zorith, she marveled at holographic murals that told tales of exploration and survival. Each encounter deepened Mia's appreciation for the universality of storytelling. No matter where we come from, she said during a keynote address, we all have stories to share. They are the threads that bind us, the mirrors that reflect our humanity, or whatever it is that makes us who we are. However, not everyone embraced the initiative. A coalition of skeptics, wary of cultural homogenization, argued that the exchange of stories risked diluting individual identities. Among them was Tarlix, a prominent Dralaxian philosopher who warned against the erosion of uniqueness in a speech that sparked heated debate. Jorvok, now a vocal advocate for the initiative, addressed these concerns in a public forum. Stories do not erase identity, they said. They illuminate it. By sharing our narratives, we celebrate what makes us unique while finding common ground. It is through understanding that we strengthen, not weaken, our sense of self. Their argument, supported by examples from the initiative, resonated with many. Over time, the skeptics' influence diminished as the movement continued to demonstrate its positive impact. The climax of the Tapestry Age came during a galaxy-wide crisis, a series of solar flares that threatened several inhabited star systems. The flares disrupted communication networks and navigation systems, leaving millions stranded and vulnerable. In response, the Interstellar Coalition convened an emergency council at Horizon Base. Drawing on the lessons of Infinite Horizons and the stories collected through the initiative, Mia and Vetra proposed a daring solution, a coordinated effort to create a temporary communication network using repurposed satellites and relay stations. The plan, though ambitious, was inspired by a similar storyline in the series and relied on the collaboration of multiple civilizations. The operation, dubbed Project Beacon, mobilized resources and expertise from across the galaxy. Teams worked tirelessly to implement the plan, guided by the principles of unity and ingenuity. Despite numerous setbacks, their efforts paid off. The temporary network restored communication, enabling coordinated evacuation and disaster response efforts that saved countless lives. The success of Project Beacon was celebrated as a testament to the power of storytelling to inspire action. For the Dralaxians, it was a reminder that even the most improbable ideas could become reality when driven by imagination and determination. As the galaxy moved forward, the legacy of the Tapestry Age continued to grow. Stories collected through the initiative became part of a universal archive, accessible to all who sought wisdom, inspiration, or solace. For Mia, Vetra, and Jorvok, it was a fulfillment of their vision, a galaxy united not by conquest, but by connection. Under the endless expanse of the cosmos, where stars burned and dreams intertwined, the tale of binge-watching and the series that saved a species lived on, a timeless testament to the power of imagination, resilience, and the threads that bind us all. As the Tapestry Age progressed, the Storytelling Initiative began to influence areas beyond culture and diplomacy. On planets grappling with political unrest or environmental crises, leaders and citizens turned to the archive of stories for guidance and inspiration. Narratives of hope and resilience became tools for education, fostering understanding and empathy among diverse populations. One particularly poignant moment occurred on Gorinth Prime, where long-standing tensions between two major factions had escalated into violence. A mediator from the Interstellar Coalition introduced a story from the archive, a parable about two rival communities that found unity by working together to preserve their shared environment. The story, story, simple yet profound, resonated with both factions, paving the way for a truce and a joint conservation effort. On Nexus Prime, Vetra spearheaded an initiative to incorporate storytelling into Dralaxian education. Students, once taught solely through rote learning and technical exercises, began exploring creative writing and visual storytelling as part of their curriculum. For the first time, young Dralaxians were encouraged to imagine not just what was, but what could be. One student, a gifted writer named Lyrics, gained attention for their serialized narrative about a multi-species crew navigating the uncharted corners of the galaxy. Inspired by Infinite Horizons, Lyrics' story captured the struggles and triumphs of its characters, reflecting themes of identity, belonging, and courage. The series, shared across the initiative's archive, became a sensation, with audiences from countless worlds eagerly awaiting each installment. Meanwhile, Mia found herself at a crossroads. Her role as a cultural ambassador had grown beyond her wildest expectations, but the weight of her responsibilities began to take its toll. Recognizing the need for balance, she turned to Jorvok and Vetra for support. Together, they devised a plan to expand the initiative's leadership, appointing representatives from each participating civilization to ensure its sustainability. The first meeting of the Galactic Story Council marked a new chapter in the initiative's evolution. Delegates brought their unique perspectives to the table, shaping the initiative's future while preserving its core mission. For Mia, the council represented the culmination of her work, a community united by the belief that stories could change the world. As the initiative thrived, so did its impact on technology and science. Inspired by the stories of Infinite Horizons and the Archive, researchers developed innovative solutions to complex problems. One notable breakthrough was the creation of the Lumina Beacon, a device capable of transmitting holographic messages across vast distances without relying on traditional communication networks. The beacon, developed through a collaboration between Dralaxian engineers and Valari physicists, revolutionized interstellar communication. Its unveiling at Horizon Base was met with widespread acclaim, solidifying the initiative's reputation as a driver of progress and innovation. Back on Earth, Mia's work inspired a cultural renaissance. Artists, writers, and filmmakers drew on the archive's stories to create new works that celebrated the diversity and resilience of life across the galaxy. The era, dubbed the Age of Connection, saw a flourishing of creativity that bridged gaps between generations, cultures, and worlds. For Vetra, the journey was deeply personal. Reflecting on their role in the initiative, they said, "I once believed that logic and efficiency were all that mattered. But through these stories, I've learned that imagination and emotion are just as vital. They are what drive us to innovate, to connect, and to hope." The Tapestry Age reached its zenith during the centennial celebration of the initiative. Held at the Stellar Nexus, the event drew participants from every corner of the galaxy. Highlights included a performance of Lyrics' serialized narrative, an exhibition of art inspired by the archive, and the unveiling of a memorial to the creators of Infinite Horizons. During the closing ceremony, Mia, Jorvok, and Vetra addressed the assembly. Standing before a sea of delegates, Mia said, "Stories are the threads that bind us. They remind us of who we are and who we can be. They challenge us to see the world through new eyes and to reach for the stars." As the audience erupted in applause, the trio reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment. For Mia, it was a testament to the power of imagination to change hearts and minds. For Vetra, it was a reminder of the strength found in collaboration. And for Jorvok, it was a validation of their belief that even the most unlikely ideas could lead to profound transformation. Under the infinite sky, where stars shimmered and stories intertwined, the legacy of the Tapestry Age lived on, a timeless reminder that through imagination, resilience, and connection, we could weave a brighter future together. As the centennial celebration concluded, the galaxy found itself on the cusp of a new era, one defined by collaboration, creativity, and the boundless possibilities of connection. The Tapestry Age had transformed not only how civilizations viewed one another, but also how they viewed themselves. On Dralaxia 3, the Harmony Array continued to thrive, serving as a model for sustainable development across the galaxy. Vetra, now a leading figure in ecological innovation, began working on a new project, the Ethereal Canopy. This ambitious endeavor sought to create artificial atmospheric layers capable of regulating climate and filtering harmful radiation on vulnerable planets. The Canopy project, inspired by a story from the archive, faced numerous challenges, from technological hurdles to interplanetary politics. Yet Vetra remained undeterred, drawing strength from the lessons of Infinite Horizons and the support of their colleagues. Their determination became a rallying cry for a generation of scientists and engineers who saw storytelling as a catalyst for innovation. Meanwhile, Mia embarked on a journey to document the impact of the initiative. Traveling to worlds journalists that had contributed to the archive, she collected first-hand accounts of how stories had shaped lives and communities. On the oceanic planet of Larissa, she met a group of artisans who wove tapestries that depicted their planet's history, each thread infused with a luminescent dye derived from native algae. On the desert moon of Corval, she listened to elders recount tales of survival and ingenuity passed down through generations. And on the verdant world of Cerinthia, she witnessed a festival where holographic performances brought ancient myths to life. Each encounter deepened Mia's conviction that stories were more than entertainment. They were the lifeblood of civilization. Back on Nexus Prime, Jorvak presided over the Galactic Story Council as it tackled new challenges. One issue was the growing need for equitable access to the archive, as remote civilizations struggled to participate in the initiative. In response, the Council launched the Radiant Beacon program, a network of satellites designed to deliver stories to even the most distant corners of the galaxy. The program, developed in collaboration with the Valari and Oberyn, represented a triumph of engineering and diplomacy. Its success was celebrated with a galaxy-wide broadcast, during which Jorvak addressed the audience. The Radiant Beacon is more than a technological achievement, they said. It is a symbol of our commitment to ensuring that every voice is heard and every story is shared. The initiative's influence extended to governance, education, and the arts. On Earth, schools incorporated stories from the archive into their curricula, teaching students about empathy, resilience, and collaboration. On Velenth, a coalition of artists created an immersive exhibit that allowed visitors to experience pivotal moments from the Tapestry Age through holographic simulations. For Lyrics, the young Dralaxian writer, the initiative opened doors to a career that spanned the galaxy. Their serialized narrative, now adapted into a multi-species production, became a cultural phenomenon. Lyrics used their platform to advocate for the preservation of endangered stories, ensuring that even the smallest voices found a place in the archive. The culmination of the Tapestry Age came during the unveiling of the Galactic Story Nexus, a monumental structure orbiting a luminous nebula. The Nexus housed the entirety of the archive, along with spaces for performances, workshops, and research. Its design, inspired by the themes of connection and diversity, featured intertwining spires that symbolized the threads of the galaxy's shared narrative. During the inaugural ceremony, Mia, Vetra, and Jorvak stood together on the Nexus's central stage. "This is not just a repository of stories," Mia said, her voice filled with emotion. "It is a testament to the power of imagination to illuminate our past, guide our present, and shape our future." As the crowd erupted in applause, holographic images of Infinite Horizons characters appeared above the stage, a reminder of the series that had sparked it all. For the Dralaxians, the ceremony was a full-circle moment, a celebration of how a single story had transformed their understanding of themselves and their place in the galaxy. In the years that followed, the Galactic Story Nexus became a hub of creativity and connection. Visitors from every corner of the galaxy came to contribute, learn, and be inspired. The Nexus's archives grew to include not only narratives, but also music, art, and innovations inspired by the Tapestry Age. Under the endless expanse of the cosmos, where stars burned and dreams intertwined, the legacy of the Tapestry Age endured, a timeless reminder that stories, no matter how small, have the power to change the universe. And as long as there were those willing to share their tales and listen to others, the tapestry of existence would continue to grow, bright and boundless as the stars. As the Galactic Story Nexus continued to flourish, its influence reached even the most remote corners of the galaxy. Civilizations that had once been isolated or at odds found common ground through the stories shared within its archives. The Nexus became more than a repository. It was a living testament to the connections that bound the universe together. Mia, reflecting on her journey, found solace in the knowledge that her work had contributed to something far greater than herself. During an intimate gathering with Vetra and Jorvak, she shared her hopes for the future. "I dream of a galaxy where stories never stop growing," she said, "where every voice is heard and every experience adds to the richness of our shared existence." Vetra, now a mentor to young scientists and storytellers alike, echoed her sentiment. "The tapestry we've woven is only the beginning. The threads we've added will inspire new ones, creating patterns we can't even imagine." Jorvak, whose leadership had guided the initiative through its most challenging moments, offered a rare moment of vulnerability. "For a species that once dismissed leisure as frivolous, we have learned that stories are not a distraction. They are a lifeline. They remind us of our humanity, or whatever essence it is that unites us all." In the centuries that followed, the Galactic Story Nexus became a beacon of hope and inspiration. Its archives expanded to include tales of triumph and tragedy, love and loss, discovery and wonder. Visitors from across the galaxy came to contribute their stories, each one a thread in the ever-growing tapestry of existence. One of the most poignant additions to the archive was a holographic exhibit titled Infinite Horizons, the series that started it all. The exhibit featured interviews with its creators, reenactments of iconic scenes, and testimonials from individuals whose lives had been touched by its narratives. For the Dralaxians, it was a reminder of how a single story had opened their minds and hearts to new possibilities. On the 500th anniversary of the Tapestry Age, a grand celebration was held at the Galactic Story Nexus. Delegates from countless civilizations gathered to honor the initiative's legacy and the power of stories to shape the cosmos. Holographic projections of beloved characters from the archive filled the skies, accompanied by music and performances that brought the galaxy's shared narrative to life. As the celebration reached its crescendo, a young storyteller from a distant world stepped onto the central stage. Holding a small, glowing orb, they said, "This is my story. It may be small, but it is mine. And by sharing it, I add to the light that guides us all." The crowd erupted in applause, their voices a chorus of unity that resonated across the stars. For Mia, Vetra, Jorvok, and all who had contributed to the Tapestry Age, it was a moment of profound fulfillment, a reminder that even the smallest threads could illuminate the vastness of the universe. Under the endless expanse of the cosmos, where stars shimmered and dreams soared, the legacy of Infinite Horizons and the Tapestry Age lived on, a timeless testament to the power of imagination, resilience, and the connections that unite us all. And as long as there were stories to tell and hearts to listen, the tapestry of existence would continue to grow, weaving new patterns of hope and wonder for generations to come. And so, under the glow of distant stars, the stories continued to unfold, each one a beacon of connection and understanding. Through the tapestry of narratives, the galaxy found its greatest strength, not in its differences, but in the shared light of its dreams and the courage to weave them together.